Hey y'all, good morning. As I promised last week, Coffee and Cosmos will be moved to an earlier time. So we are here early. And just give an introduction. I am Gemini Jazz with House of Chiron Astrology. And every Monday now at 9:30, we will be going live for Coffee and Cosmos Convos. So we're going to talk about the astrology. Good morning, Katrina. We're going to talk about the astrology. We're going to talk about what's going on today, what's going on for, part of the week. What can we expect to experience with this energy? So that is what I plan on doing for this day. We're going to talk about a few things. We have quite a few things to talk about, but every Monday we're going to start at 9:30 talking about the astrology, what to expect, and then for a donation of whatever your choice, you can go ahead and bless a Gemini with a coffee, or you can donate actual currency. All my links are provided for a dice roll to give you some motivation or some insight and guidance for the rest of your week. So, yes, how are you doing, Katrina? Yeah, I am. It's Monday and it's earlier than what I normally be, up and active at this time. I'm normally not. So, but I have to get up and I have to get the day going because it's necessary. So, anywho, you're doing good? That's good. I'm happy to hear that. So today I'm doing well. I'm just, tired. It's Monday. It's gloomy. I just want to lay in bed and I don't do anything, but it's just not. Good morning. Good morning, Maura. Good morning, CB. Hey, y'all. Hey. So I'm just now getting started, so y'all haven't missed anything. I'm just saying, it's gloomy here in Austin, Texas. It's raining, and I am not wanting to. Oh, you start your class today. Yay, that's amazing. But I'm not wanting to do anything but lay down. So I'm just trying to get into the groove of things. Good morning, my love. So it's rainy in Colorado too? Yeah, see, it must be something sweeping through the nation. Who knows? We do have quite a few things to talk about today, but we have our new moon. Good morning, Ashton. We have our new moon that's happening tomorrow. That's at 21 degrees, so the sun and the moon will be in a conjunction at 21 degrees tomorrow. But we can already start feeling this energy like we've been feeling it over the weekend. Hey girl, hey, I see you waving at me. We were already feeling that new moon energy over the weekend, and then we also have today, literally right now as we speak, we have the North Node and Mercury are in a conjunction at 10 degrees in Gemini. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Good morning. So if you are just now joining in, this is Coffee and Cosmos. So this is the astrology Monday morning convo that we have, and we are now live at 9:30. And so we're going to talk about the astrology for today and some stuff that's going on in the week. And then for a small donation of whatever you can afford, I will be opening up to do dice rolls for everybody to give some guidance and insight to their week. So, let's get going. So first, let's talk about today's energy. We have the North Node. Good morning, Mal. We have the North Node that is in a conjunction with Mercury and Gemini. So I'm going to break it down. North node is the lunar nodes of the moon. So it's not a planet. People think it's a planet. It's not a planet. It's not an asteroid. None of that. It's just literally mathematics, basically determining the nodal axis of the moon, whether it's on the north and the south. So we have the north node and the south node, or we have in Vedic astrology Rahu and Ketu. So Rahu is where you should be focusing. That's the north node. That is your purpose, your destiny. It's the hardest thing to obtain because, you know, that's where it promotes the most growth, is when you're focusing on that north node or that Rahu energy. Good morning. So focusing on that gives you the most growth, but it's also very challenging to focus in that direction of your life. But that is what we're supposed to be aiming towards. It's part of that purpose and that destiny. Now you have the south node, which is K2. So that is where we're comfortable, because we have brought these things from a previous life into this life. And focusing and sitting in that comfort zone doesn't necessarily promote growth. So that's kind of the description of the north node and the south node. Now, when you have these things, right, so we're only focusing on the north node. The north node has been in Gemini for over a year, and the south node has been in Sagittarius. So the last time we had this, it was actually in the opposite. So the north node was in Sagittarius and the south node was in Gemini. And that was when the TSA was implemented after 9/11. So it was around that time. Now we have the complete opposite of that happening, where we have the north node in Gemini and the south node in Sagittarius. So the south node, and when you think about Sagittarius, it's all about long distance travel and higher education and beliefs and philosophies and all those things. So we are releasing, right? The south node is also about a release, right? So we are releasing being able to travel at long distance. You remember, like, once it actually moved into these signs, that's when the lockdown really was occurring, and we couldn't travel outside of our country. So people start really adapting to the north node energy in Gemini, where we were doing short, quick trips here and there within our city or something like that. So more road trips started to happen in the last year and a half. So giving a little insight about that. Then if you take into account all of the things that are happening, the restricted beliefs that are happening, that we have been forced to take on, I guess you can say those things are being released, and people are now adapting their own, learning their own way, developing their own perception, because that's Gemini, is ideas, information, perceptions. So that's our focus, that's our destiny. Also, Gemini rules technology, social media, computers, cell phones. So if you notice, there's been a focus on the work that we do. It's all virtual. So giving y'all a little insight as to why things are the way they are in the world right now. It's because it's destiny. It's what it's supposed to be right now. So now we have Mercury, which is in Gemini. Mercury is at home in Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. So it's really just chilling over here. It's like developing all these ideas, and it has all this insight and all this information coming to it. We're able to process information quickly. We're wanting to chat more, wanting to talk more, not to mention Venus is there. So our love language is more so about like words of affirmation and things like that. So communication has been really picking up. Also ideas have been picking up, and collaborating and making plans and all these things. So also taken to what Gemini is, Mercury in Gemini is also about picking up a new trade or a new skill. So taking on a new class, picking up new books to read, all of these things. So that's where we are right now. And with this Mercury in Gemini. Now Mercury is conjunct the North Node, both in Gemini. So a few things can happen with this. First, some positive things that can come out of this will be, our nervous system could be activated, right, in a way to where like how we think and how we react becomes faster and more like where we're able to process that information. We're able to understand the purpose. Things get downloaded. Things are, able to like, okay, if you get an insight about your purpose, your destiny, or where it is that you're going, you get an idea. You're able to process that and create a plan and implement it. That's one thing. Also, another positive thing is our way of thinking, and just certain things that can like uncover a new path or a new goal or something that's related to an already pre-existing goal. Those things come up. So we are starting to focus more so on where it is that we're going. Also, conversations and meetings take place. So we're able to connect with people who are supposed to be in our lives, who are also supposed to help us get on that path of where it is that we're going. Also making those decisions that are necessary. These things are very capable to happen today. So, chance meetings with people that you connect with, these things are like synchronistic events that may happen or occur today or during the time of this transit. It's not accidental. Pay attention to the synchronicities. Oh, I forgot all about that. Yeah, I will. My bad, y'all. You see, I ain't worried about it. My bad. Let me tag. Thank you, Maura. I don't use Cash App anymore, by the way, because I got hacked and I'm just like, I ain't here for it. Their security, they need to up their security. So I do have Venmo and I do have what else? I have Zelle and I have PayPal. My PayPal link to donate is in my bio. I'm gonna put my Venmo on here. Venmo is at Jasmine Wilson -1. All right. Oh, you talking about that morning brain, girl? I haven't even had a sip of coffee yet, so Mercury is in Gemini. I have Mercury in Gemini conjunct my sun, so I'm having a Mercury return and a Mars return because I have Mars in Cancer. So yeah, all my energy is potent right now. And Venus, it just moved from Taurus. I just had a Venus return, so yeah, all of that. Good morning. So like I was talking about, let me pin that comment. So we were talking about North Node and all that information and what it can bring when the North Node and it's too hot. You're gonna have me burn my lip, Katrina, on camera. So we were talking about how Rahu, basically the North Node, and how Mercury and Gemini are in a conjunction at 10 degrees today. And so what positive manifestations can come out of that? So like I was last saying, that the people that you meet or you connect with are not by accident. They are here to help you align to where it is. Yeah, all my personal planets, girl. So yeah, it's here to align to where it is that you're supposed to go, where it is that you are destined to be. So these people will put you in the places and connect you with those people. These synchronistic events, pay attention to them. Also, there could be some long-term journeys, some relocations that could come up or could come to thought, changes in your environment, because Gemini rules our immediate environment. Also, there could be more connecting with like siblings, because Gemini and Mercury, that rules siblings as well. So that could be something. Also, unusual and useful knowledge could be acquired. So that's like picking up those books or getting gifted something, like a book or some type of knowledge that, you know, you never thought that you would just dive into, and it just kind of being a gift, like getting gifted those things. Just really finding a unexpected focus on something that you never thought you would find interest in, and that knowledge being used to like take you somewhere. Also, let's see, I wrote a few notes about this. So Gemini is that youthful energy. Good morning, babe. Gemini is that youthful energy. So interactions with children or interactions with youthful individuals. So if like you're a teacher, you will have a really great day interacting and communicating with the youth on this time, on this day. Also, Gemini and Mercury rules cars. So purchase of a new vehicle is going to be a reliable vehicle. You're probably going to get a really great deal if you was to go out and buy a car today. All of those things, because the energy is very supportive of that. So yeah, things to be aware of, right? We talked about all the positive stuff. So let's think about the things to be aware of. So this can also promote anxiety, because the nervous system is activated, so that tension can come in. So it's really important that we are activating that parasympathetic nervous system, and we're taking in those deep belly breaths and and if you have to do yoga, if you have to do meditation, just make sure you are really activating that nervous system to where you are staying in that calm space instead of, being in that fight or flight, because it can really happen. Especially because the sun is getting ready to transit into Gemini. And when the sun is in the same spot as Mercury, it's a lot of nerve. Even when because the sun is there in Taurus and Uranus is there. And Uranus rules our nervous system as well. So when you have like the sun activating either Uranus or Mercury, that is anxiety, that is overactive thinking. It's all of that. So all of these things can come up. Make sure that any thought that you have, make sure you journal it out. Make sure you write it out so you can gain understanding. So there might be a new or higher demand towards like people to improve their communication, or that's that watch how you talk to me kind of thing, or you need to go to school and learn how to do this better, or maybe like you do like a presentation at work and they're saying, hey, your public speaking needs a few skills, so you might actually have some of that. So it could be something as mundane as you said something to somebody and they say, I don't like the way you talk to me, or it could be as far as in work and career or even in education. So that might be a thing. Also, there might be some unexpected changes that you weren't really looking forward to within your environment. So that might be a thing. So the things that could be beneficial can also be to your detriment as well. So the energy lasts typically for about 2 weeks. So we are going to get this from now and then extended 2 weeks from now. So yeah, so just think about until like the 24th, towards the end of this month, right before we have our full moon. So yeah, so this is that energy that's happening today. Thank you. So also we have the new moon that is happening tomorrow in the sign of Taurus, and that is really, really beneficial energy. This is going to be a really great new moon because we've come from all this craziness that we have had to deal with the lockdown and the pandemic and all the things. Y'all know everything that's been going on. So Taurus is about pleasure. It's about what feels good. It's about the material possessions that we desire to acquire in our lives. It's also partnerships. It's finances, right? Important. It's about finances, and it's about our self-worth. Like I always say, your self-worth is directly connected to your net worth. So how you feel about yourself, how you value yourself, you can see when things are off because it reflects itself in your money. So, and also how you manage your money. So it could be something like that. So with this new moon, we have a aspect that's happening with this new moon. So the sun and the moon is going to be in a conjunction with in the sign of Taurus. And then it's going to be making a sextile to Neptune, which is in Pisces. So this is a lot of feminine energy, a lot of yin energy that's coming up. And so it's activating those feminine chakras. So the second, the fourth, and the sixth chakra. So it's the sacral, it's the heart chakra. And then it's that third eye. And so giving you that intuition, giving you that insight in order to create those intentions, because new moons are for us to set our intentions. So it's giving you all that you need to lead with your heart, that fourth chakra. Have the insight, being able to see and understand, getting those downloads in order to know what it is that needs to be manifested, or what intentions need to be set in order to manifest on the other side of it. And then that sacral chakra, doing so creatively, being able to tap into that space of creation. That's the sacral chakra. And doing so with courage and a little bit of innovation, because we have Uranus there in Taurus giving us that originality that we need. So we're going to be able to set our goals and do all the things that we need starting tomorrow. So everyone who's in my membership, we are going to be setting our intentions together based on where the moon is happening in our charts. Yes, dreams. Oh my God, because Neptune rules dreams. So pay attention to your dreams. You could be getting some guidance in your dreams that can help you set your intentions, and also just tell you what the next steps need to be. But yeah, so if you're in the membership, we're going to be setting our intentions together based on where it is in your chart. So that's going to be, we're going to look at everybody's individual chart and just kind of go from there. So it's going to be really dope. And we do that tomorrow night under the new moon energy when it's potent. So the new moon is going to peak at 21 degrees. Right now, I think it's at like 10 degrees. The moon is at 10 degrees and the sun is at 20 degrees in Taurus. So how do you know where it's at in your chart? Oh, okay. So CB, it will be wherever Taurus is. So we're going to look at it in your chart, but I can connect with you. I'm trying to think. What is your rising sign, CB? Good morning, Lou. It depends on your rising sign. So I forgot your rising. Is it a Leo rising or an Aquarius rising? Or you have an Aquarius moon? We do this every time, CB. Every time. But yeah, so it would depend on your rising sign, and then you can kind of know where it's at. Okay, you have an Aquarius rising. Okay, so Aquarius and then Pisces. So you probably have Pisces in the first house or the second house. So Pisces, Aries, Taurus. So it might be your third or your fourth house. So it could be home or it could be small business. Something new within that third or fourth house. It depends on the degree of your rising sign. Yeah, but we're going to take a closer look at it, CB. So, yeah. If anybody has any insight or if they are already, because you should already be feeling this new moon energy, feeling very like, because Taurus wants to be comfortable. Look, I have a Taurus rising. I have Venus on my ascendant in Taurus. Not to mention I got Lilith there in Taurus on my ascendant. So I just want to be comfortable. I know what it's like. That Taurus energy rules my entire chart. And I have my North Node in Taurus in my first house. And I have Palace there. So I'm just a lot of Taurus energy. But I'm a Gemini. But when you really are embodying that Taurus energy, you just want to be comfortable. So you should already be feeling it. Some things could already be coming up over the weekend that have shown you where some changes need to be made in order for you to have those comforts in life. Whether it's in finances, partnership, business, because business is also very Taurus ruled. And then it could even be just, the pleasures of life. It could be partnerships. It could be, love. It could be any of those things. Taurus rules food. So I'm sure we've all been eating really, really decadent foods over the weekend. Taurus is about the luxuries in life too. So, yeah. But anywho, so enough of me babbling. I hope y'all are ready for the new moon energy that happens tomorrow. Go ahead and harbor on this North Node conjunct the sun, because we're going to be feeling this for 2 weeks. Both my parents are Taurus sun, and I have Chiron in Taurus, and that's always been a difficult relationship. That stuff is coming up for me recently. Okay, so that could be happening because Venus just moved from Taurus. So that was a Venus return that happened on top of your Chiron. So it could have a lot to do with you placing your value in like being in, depending on what house it's in, it could be about like the value that you place on the things that you acquired or the relationships that you had, or even how you are being seen by your parents. Maybe it could have been a lot of like heavy energy, kind of like overbearing in a sense. So it's coming up, especially with Chiron right now being in Aries, it's coming up about how you have identified yourself with these things and releasing those things that are restrictive because of that Aquarius and that Uranus and Taurus energy right now. It's in the fifth house. Yeah, it's about your sense of innocence. That's fifth house. It's also about your creativity, your romantic life, your courage as well. Fifth house is courage, being courageous. Being able to initiate things and be bold and be yourself. So that could be something that you could set that intention for. So if it's in your fifth house, set the intention to show up more boldly and authentically as you, unapologetically. Because the fifth house is opposite of the Aquarius house, which is the 11th house. So tapping more into that 11th house energy of I'm going to be me, instead of that fifth house energy of I'm going to be me but not so selfishly, right? So fifth house is very like, it's that Leo rule. So it's like I am me, it's be me. And then Aquarius is like, yes, I am me, but what about me that can help other people? That's the difference between the Aquarius and the Leo axis. So it's a balance of the two that might be needed, and finding the value within yourself, within all of that, away from ideals and perceptions of others. So yeah, that's heavy. That could be really a thing coming up. I would set those intentions and light you a candle and burn anything that does not belong to you. That's what I would say. Write it down and burn it. So I will start rolling dice right now if y'all are ready, because I sat here and talked for like 30 minutes. So without a sip of coffee, that's impressive, y'all. That is really impressive. I'm afraid to take a sip because I don't want to burn my mouth on camera. Yeah, so if y'all are ready to roll dice, we can. I did my Venmo. I do not have Cash App anymore. So yeah, keep that in mind. I do have Zelle, and if you want to send me a donation through PayPal, you can follow the link in my bio for a dice roll. Okay, I got you, CB. So okay, you have Mars and Virgo in the 11th house. Okay, so this is about you taking action on paying attention to the detail about where it is that you want to go. Your vision, your hopes and wishes, your material gains. Also, this could be eliminating people who are just too critical. It could be friends. It could be eliminating those friends or people who have like that hypercritical energy over you, or just speaking into your vision for your life. Releasing those ideas. It could also be the opposite of it, right? Because Mars can remove things, but Mars can also initiate something. So maybe you're going to come into a connection with someone that's going to be, it's that Mercury energy. That's like, it could be business, but it could be more so like aligning you to like that schedule, that the details, the scheduling, the day-to-day life. Okay, so who's next? Oh yeah, okay, I got you. Yeah, it could be really like an alignment to all of that, but connecting with someone or maybe a group of individuals, because the 11th house is large organizations and groups. So it could be that as well. Initiating something new when it comes to that. Mars is also just going forward with confidence in obtaining that vision that you want. Whatever that vision is, that overall vision for your life. And also just going with confidence to connect with those people, those large organizations, that's going to fulfill you. You know, Virgo is very like the perfectionistic energy. So maybe there's a release of that mindset, maybe, because that Mercury energy that's associated with Virgo. So it could be a mindset, a perception that things are going to be perfect, but it needs to be your way of perfect for you, however you see perfect to be. Because perfect is not really real. We all know that. Perfect is very subjective. It depends on the person. So it could be that as well. You let me know if this resonates for you. Okay, who was next? Okay, CB and then Mora. I got you, Mora. Okay, and then, okay, I got you. After Mora, okay, Lewis last. Okay, I got it. Okay, that's interesting. More. You have the North Node in Leo in the 6th house. So this is about you paying attention and focusing on creating that ritual and that routine, being creative with it, like being bold. Also tapping into that innocence of it. Leo is about the courage, right? So we were just talking about that Leo energy. So it's about being courageous. It's also about you just aligning to that innocence and that sense of joy and that sense of fun in achieving your daily routines. It could also be within the people that you work with, because 6th house is like employees and people you work with. So this could be a work thing, or this could be like your own business thing and you having to develop a schedule, but having, thank you. It could be that you needing to like really tap into like the schedule, being bold, being creative, and having a sense of joy and fun in your daily routines. Also, boldly seeking after your health. It could be like you doing yoga, doing meditation. It could be something as mundane as that, because that's sixth house. Sixth house is the mundane energy. So it could be that, but it also could be recognizing that there's a focus that you need to, tackle something right now. It could be in health, or it could be just in your daily living, where it's like it's not in alignment with where it is that you desire to go, or how it is that you want to show up in life. So with this energy that's present with this new moon, I would take this and add it to take this energy here and add it to whatever intentions that you are setting in order to create that fun day-to-day life. Because it's like you are needing, what I'm feeling is like you are needing like a release. Like you want to feel joy, like you want to feel happiness. You want to really start doing your hobbies again, but everything has been so mundane and you have been feeling restricted. So there's just a need to really find it in a creative way. Sixth house is Virgo. Opposite of that is Pisces. So there's a need for you to, Rahu is in your, okay, I got it. All right. So there's like this victimized mindset, right? That, I can't do, or, I'm not able to do this because of this. It's like, nah, you gotta take that action. You just gotta go for it. Because the reason why I say that, because sixth house is Virgo. Opposite of Virgo is Pisces. Pisces rules escapism, but also it's that martyr kind of energy. So it can be that victimization kind of mindset. And it's like, release that. That's what's holding you back, is that mindset. Tap into the courage. Tap into that boss. I'm going to go get it. I don't care. No, like by any means necessary. I'm going to make this happen. And I'm going to make this fun for me and everyone else involved. It could be your work. Maybe there's a need for you to really step out and do something different, aligned to your purpose. Maybe you've been receiving a message that you have a calling somewhere else and to do something else, and you've been ignoring it, and you've been kind of like escaping, like, well, I have to do this because it kind of pays my bills. And it's like, maybe this is a step out on faith right now. I don't know. See, I done activated my... So you just tell me if that's all you need right there, more. I would take this and connect it with your intentions that you're setting on this new moon tomorrow. Hey Trish. Okay, so let me see. CB said, this is helpful releasing critical people energy, especially, and I have a passion project that I've been kind of sitting on, so I'm going to try and initiate that. Also looking at business coaches. If you find one, hook me up too with them, please. Remember, we had this conversation. Okay, so yes, okay. All right, I'm happy that was helpful for you, Maura. Okay, next is going to be my friend. All right, so she said, I'll take a roll of, yes, I got you, girl. Okay, let's go. And then next is going to be Lou. All right. Okay. You have Mercury in Scorpio in the 11th house. So, you've been really focused on where it is that you're going. What it is that you want in your life, like your desires, your vision. Also the people that you want to keep in your life. It could be a large organization that you are affiliated with, and there's something that you have been really deeply focused on, or there could be some secret communication that's happening either with you, coming from you, or about you. Like either you're in secret creating something, or you are in secret like discussing a new way of doing something, like connecting to the organization, because Mercury is all about communication, it's information, it's ideas. So maybe you're secretly creating ideas to start a large organization, or you already are affiliated with a large organization. There could be some secret communications coming up, but there's like this hyper focused energy that's there where you're really determined. What's the word I'm looking for? Because we just had Mercury making a trine to, or is that transit is coming, I think. Mercury is going to trine Saturn, and that's going to give us like that focused energy that we need in order to like really hone in on what's necessary and what's needed to really like see the detail and initiate it. Yeah, so there could be something, maybe you are going to secretly be signing a contract. If you are doing so, if you're signing a contract, if this has anything to do with documentation, paperwork, or anything, make sure you do that before Mercury goes retrograde on the 29th, because it will be retrograde from May 29th through June 22nd. And then it's going to station back direct, and then it will be moving forward until July 11th before it moves into Cancer. So make sure that you get anything that you need to get signed. Yes, this is about you, baby. That's who I'm speaking to. This is about you. Yeah, make sure you get anything signed like before then, if there's something that needs to be signed. Now, if there's some secret communications going on about you, it's in your friendships, 11th house, make sure that you pay attention to that. Don't turn a blind eye. Or it could just be you're creating something. It could be small business. It's going to be large. 11th house is like, I'm being talked about. Oh yeah, well, you could be. Yeah, I'm just saying, if it is, just don't be naive to it, because it came up, number one. Number two, I would most definitely say pay attention. Keep your eyes open. Most importantly, all three of them, but keep your eyes open. Pay attention to your energy when you are around certain people. That's what I definitely would say. Oh, I know what this is about now. Okay, yeah, well, honey, look. Wear your tiger's eye and your protection stones. Also, anything, if you have a selenite, keep that, because you'll get the information. You'll get the downloads of what's being said. You'll also feel it. Keep selenite on you. Put it in your purse. Put it in your teta. Put it in there and walk around with it, and it will let you know the energy is going to be there. It'll let you know. Yep. So next was my homie Lou. Okay, Lou, this is for you. Okay, wait. Maura said, I most definitely will implement this energy into my intentions for the new moon. Yes, my love, do that. I am here. I encourage it. Okay, let's see. Before I roll, Lou, anybody say anything else? No? Okay. All right, Lou. Okay, so you have the moon in Pisces in the 7th house. So this is really about connecting to like a partnership. It could be like an actual relationship, but if it's not an intimate relationship, it could be your friendships, and finding a spiritual connection like through friendships or through partnership, or even if it's not you necessarily partnering with people, however, it could be business or whatever, because the 7th house is all that. It could also be you partnering with yourself, bringing the higher self and becoming that union in yourself. Also, with the moon being there, this is a sense of security in relationships. The moon is all about our safety, our security, our comfort zones. Also, it's about us protecting what we find sacred. So, what we find to be ours. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So Cancer is all about that protective energy. It's that mother energy. So this could be about your mother. This could be a need for you to have like a spiritual connection, or to maybe even spiritually find comfort in releasing something, a connection with the mother, or mother energies, or feminine archetypes in your life. Maybe you've had some strain that has happened with that, especially with that. Virgo is opposite of Pisces, so it could just be some hypercritical energy like we were talking about. And so now there's a need for you to find comfort in just being in that flow, right? That Piscean flow of things. And then, Pisces is spirituality. It's also creativity. So when you have that, it's kind of like moon in Pisces. This is asking you to really do some spiritual work over the next couple of days. Whether you do it alone or in partnership, or you connect with people who are also spiritual. Maybe you have a spiritual connection with someone that you can talk to and reach out to. This could also be an indication for you to like talk. It could be not necessarily talk, but more so like share emotionally your spiritual desires and like your friendships, all of your connections. I may have a tear in my eye. Oh, here, I'm gonna give you a hug. I wish I could hug you for real, because every week we dive in deep into something. Okay, so there's a need for you to reach out to someone and develop or use that connection to build spirituality, build a spiritual connection, or even dive deeper into your spiritual world, developing that and what that looks like for you and what that means for you. Yeah, I would say over the next couple of days, I would encourage you to meditate. If you are able to, get near a body of water and do your meditation and just sit, because the moon is water and Pisces is also water. Oh, hi. Hi, Trish. Yes, so I would encourage you to get near some water and do your meditation. You also pay attention to your dreams too, because that Pisces rules the dream world. And so there could be something coming up. I'm not sure if there are going to be messages that are going to be sent to you through dreams that are healing, because the moon is very healing, right? That's the mother. That's our influence. So this has a lot to do with the influence that you have from your mother and how you show up in your partnerships with everyone, whether it's business, intimate relationships, friendships, seventh house is partnerships of all kinds, even business, right? So, I mean, everything, how you partner, and also how you partner with yourself. So this is about that influence and you just tapping into it. Pay attention to your dreams. I would encourage you to get a dream journal and write them down as soon as you wake up, and you just write them down so that way you can analyze them later. Yeah, that's what I would say. Most definitely. I hope that was helpful, my love. I move away from the sea and I miss water so much. Just booked a day away by the river next weekend just to be near it. Yes, you need it. You need to be near the water. Get your feet wet, get grounded. The water is going to bring you healing, and it's going to bring you that insight and those messages that you need. Absolutely. Thank you, Trish, for tuning in. All right, so this is for Katrina. I think Katrina wanted one. Yes, okay, Katrina. All right, Pluto and Scorpio in the 11th house. So there's a transformation happening in your friendships. I already know what this is about. All right, and we're not going to cry, Katrina. We're not going to cry. All right. So Pluto rules transformation. Pluto also rules death in a sense. Literal death and death of things, like the dying of something and the rebirth of something. So with Pluto being here with Scorpio, Pluto rules Scorpio. 11th house is friendships. So there's an anniversary for us. And there's a time to like kind of like allow that to be reborn, Katrina. Allow that, I said I'm not gonna cry. Allow that moment, allow this anniversary to be reborn. Allow it to give it a different purpose. Maybe there's a need for you to connect with your friends, to give this a new purpose. Pluto and Scorpio could also be that there's something else going on behind the scenes that you are unaware of. So to keep your eye on the organizations and the people that you are connecting with that are aligning you to certain things. So 11th house also, you are starting that course. You're starting a course, and this is aligning you to that purpose. And it's aligning you to, like, because Pluto and Scorpio both, they rule occult work. They rule divination. It rules all of that. So 11th house is about your vision. So this is something that you're getting into that's going to transform your vision in a way that you haven't seen before. I think like this is that start on you moving into like that Empress Priestess energy. So using this as a using this moment in time to be reborn into something new. Allow that rebirth. Also, this is about you releasing fear. Allow the fear to be removed. Scorpio is opposite of Taurus, and we have this new moon that's happening tomorrow in Taurus. So this opposition with Taurus is like, with this moon, with this energy that you have, this Scorpio energy is telling you to tap more into the pleasure of it. And yeah, it's telling you to tap into the pleasure of it and allowing that, the value of the lessons, to take you on that journey to your 11th house. Also, it's really about that friendship thing, allowing this to be the rebirth. This is something that is, what is this, 5 years later? So almost 5 years later. So yeah, this is a rebirth that is happening. The ending of one phase and the beginning of a new. That's what a new moon represents also. So, good morning, Thrifted Fields. How are you? I think that was it, y'all. I think that was the last person. So if y'all are just now joining, we are getting ready to wrap up Coffee and Cosmos. I got a little emotional there. But, you know, it happens with moons. I'm breathing with you. Wipe my tears and rebirth. Got you. Okay. Yeah, so we talked about the new moon energy that's happening tomorrow. And we also talked about how the North Node is in a conjunction with, give you hugs, Katrina, with Mercury in Gemini. And what that is a lot of information that's coming through to help us align to where it is that we're supposed to go. So if no one else would like a dice roll, I'm going to close this out with the singing bowl. And we're going to have us a great week. It's going to be a very spiritual week. I want to give y'all that. Because let me tell y'all what's happening this week before we move on. The energy for this week. Tomorrow we have the new moon. Also with the new moon, we have Mars in Cancer, sextiling Uranus and Taurus. So that's going to be initiating those changes. It's going to give us that energy. Initiating those changes that we need to make. Also Uranus, it brings unexpected changes. So things that are going to be liberating and freeing us from whatever has been restricting us from moving and becoming our full self. And then after that, on the 12th, we have Mercury and Gemini making that trine to Saturn that I was talking about. So giving us that that ability to like process ideas and information at like top speed and that hyper focus energy that we need. And then later on, you have the big energy, the largest planet in the solar system, Pisces. Excuse me, Jupiter is moving into Pisces. So Jupiter has been in Aquarius. And remember, it made that great conjunction with Saturn on the winter solstice. And so that like set the trajectory or kind of catalyzing us for the next 20 years to come. And so now it's taking all of that energy, moving into Pisces. And so this is going to be a spiritual time. Jupiter and Pisces is so different. And I can roll you right now, Trish, if you want. But yeah, Jupiter and Pisces is going to be so different. It's going to be very spiritual, very enlightening, and just we're going to feel really good. And this moment of Jupiter and Pisces is going to be short-lived because it's going to retrograde back into Aquarius to kind of tie up loose ends before it moves into Pisces again at the end of December. And then it's going to finish out the rest of 2022. But yeah, I got you. All right. right. Good morning, Ellie. Okay, so this is going to be for Trish. All right. You have Neptune and Scorpio in the third house. So this is about how you, this is kind of like communicating with the other worlds, because Scorpio is the occult. Good morning, Stephanie. Scorpio is the occult. The third house is communication, it's information. So you're receiving information from the other worlds, from the divination. Neptune is a spirituality, but it's also creativity. So it's like being this psychic person, but being able to, I think there's a need for you to speak more about that. Speak more about who it is that you are. Also, there could be communications coming in about that ability, or there could be, third house is also small business. So maybe there's a small business that needs to be developed from this. Could be also, third house is like your immediate environment. It's also your community, and it could be your siblings, or people that you see, like your friendships that you see as siblings. Just people that you are really connected with in your environment, and speaking to them, communicating this information, communicating spirituality through divination to your immediate community, your immediate environment. Could be social media. Third house rules social media. It could be all of those things. And then, you know, with Scorpio being there, there's a transformation. So there's like something being reborn in the way you communicate as well. You just started telling it to the world. Well, there you have it. Wow. Well, yeah, psychic mama. It ain't no secret. I feel like this is going to, your intentions should take into, for tomorrow, for the new moon, should be about the steps required to make this a business. Make this something where you can reach a vast majority of people. Yeah. That's what I would see. Neptune is, you know, that spirituality. Neptune is the ending and the beginning. So this is like, yeah, and a medium. Yep. That is that. That's that Neptune energy. And then Scorpio is all about that, the occult. It's the divination. It's astrology. It's also psychology. It's the psyche. So being able to tap into the other worlds through the mind and then communicating that with your community. I mean, you can really interpret this in so many ways, but basically, you get the gist of it. Wow. Okay, so I think I'm done. After we have Jupiter, you let me know if that resonates, Trish. But after we have Jupiter moving into Pisces, we have Sun making a sextile to Neptune. So that is going to really give us a lot of those vivid dreams that we need. This has been a discussion. I'm trying to figure out how. Okay, well, you're trying to figure out the how. Well, you have people in your life that you can connect with. That's third house. Talk to people. Wink, wink. You're welcome. Well, I hope this has been helpful for everyone. Let's close it out with the singing bowls. Get this week going. Y'all go ahead. And look, I want to tell y'all right now, ain't nothing wrong with crying. Y'all know that. Go ahead and give it a good cry and release. And then set those new intentions for tomorrow. And y'all have a beautiful week, okay? So, because I might go in this room and have me a good old cry. Who knows? All right. Let's take a deep breath in. Hold it for 3. Release. Y'all have a wonderful week. Bye, y'all.